I was taken into the realm to the way I was praying, and God said, I want to break you out of psychology, emotion, into what is called supernatural. You see the supernatural when the natural is suspended. Everyone have the natural, but those that will be great must have access to the supernatural. That is what is going to happen to you today. Your natural will be suspended, and you have access to the supernatural. God poke you with life. God poke you with battle. Because for you to bring out the supernatural, there have to be some poking, a strike on your flesh. That is the tearing of the veil. Your flesh is that veil. The Bible says when Jesus died, the veil of the temple tore. That veil is your flesh. There has to be a tearing of your veil. God parting your flesh. Mila kavilo sisavi kaka tata shalaki kaka gong 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 karuta brukate. There are some insults God will permit. There are some pressure God will permit. There are some problems God will permit. There are some affliction God will permit, just to strike you, break your flesh mode, break your emotion, break your psychology, and out of pain and grief, you will have access into the realm of the spirit. You will have access into the supernatural. The Bible spoke about Anna and Peninnah. Anna was barren, and Peninnah was tormenting Anna. And one day Anna left food. She left her husband. She went into the temple. I was praying. The Bible says Anna was praying. Her mouth was moving, but they could not hear what she was saying. That pain pushed her into the supernatural. Somebody, that pain, that affliction, that battle, Melata Vele Karaki is charging you, is charging you in. My prayer for you today, may you not settle. I say, may you not settle in pain. Most time, the best of you will come out when there's that piercing. You have access to God when there's that piercing. If you read your Bible very well, the supernatural always step in when there's big problem. When there's battle, when there's serious problem, that's when the supernatural comes. The supernatural does not come when men are comfortable. Yes. When you are at ease, when you are complacent, you will never see the supernatural. There have to be a pressure in your life. Read your Bible. The Bible says Jacob was running away from his brother Esau. While he was running and he was sleeping, that is when the heaven opened. And he said, this is the gate of heaven. He saw angels ascending and descending. The Bible says when there was no food in Samaria, there was famine. The king said, they did not do so to me and more if Elijah's head remained in his body. When Elijah had that, he said, by this time tomorrow. Some of you, God is allowing this thing to provoke the supernatural out of you. You hear what I'm saying? Where there's no pressure, you will not see the supernatural. John 19:34. He said, but one of the soldiers pierced his side with a spear, and immediately blood and water came out. Soldier means pressure of life. Soldier means battles of life. Soldier means the press of life. There have to be a pressure. There have to be a press. There have to be a piercing for that blood and water. Blood and water is what we call the supernatural. The supernatural is inside you. But until something provoke you to bring it out. Something have to provoke you. Or we call it something have to stir you up. The Bible said in the book of Acts 12 from verse 1, Herod was harassing the church. He killed James and he carried Peter. The Bible said the church understood that God is calling them to the supernatural. And constant prayer was made by the church. And Peter was released by angelic intervention. I want to tell you today that God is knocking. The supernatural is knocking. He said, I stand at the door and I'm knocking. If anyone hear. It's just the issues that many people don't hear. They don't hear that this is supernatural that is calling you. He said, if anyone should hear and open for me, I will come in. Today, you are opening up for the supernatural. And it will come into your life. It will step into your life. It will step into your faith, your experience, and your Christianity. Paul only had an encounter when he was going to Damascus to kill Christians. There was an encounter. This year, God is saying, if you don't walk in the supernatural, it will look as if every year is the same. It will look as if every season is the same until you have access. Because the Bible said Ezekiel was sitting among the captives. You can be in captivity. What will liberate you from you and those in captivity is access to the supernatural. Ezekiel 1:1. He said, I was sitting by the river Sheba with the captives. That is when the heaven opened and I saw visions of God. This is what we are seeing there. He was in captivity, and that's where access to heaven opened. Many of us have tried everything we know now. You have tried all the equation that you know. What is remaining is the supernatural. There's an equation in your life left for the supernatural. Yes, there's a part of destiny that is the supernatural that will complete it. Let me explain it to you now. When Job was using his mind, he saw himself in problem, he saw himself in battle. He said, I'm righteous. I've been doing everything right. I help the poor. I help the widow. I don't deserve this. His friends were saying, no, you deserve it. How will you be saying you are righteous? Can a man be righteous before God? Job said, no, everything good I did. Even if my children host party, I sacrifice for them. I'm doing everything right. I've done nothing wrong before God. So while him and his friend were doing back and forth, another man came. It's called Elihu. And he started explaining deep things. He didn't tell Job that you are righteous or you are not righteous. He was not describing what they call the supernatural. He said, do you know who command the thunder to come and strike and say, at your service, sir? He said, do you know who stretched out the cloud with that pillar? Now look at this tent you are under. There's pillar sustaining it. But that cloud is like a tent. Which pillar is holding it? This cloud before your head is same thing with this tent. That is demarcating you from the second heavens. Tell me which pillar is holding the cloud. You think this world is just natural? If somebody is telling you everything is natural, ask the person, where is the pillar? Even you, for you to stand, there's a pillar holding you. It's called skeleton. If you don't have skeleton, you will be behaving like worm on the ground. But which pillar is holding the cloud? You see the cloud moving on its own. It shake, but it does not fall on you. There's an invisible pillar. There's a supernatural pillar. God said I should tell you, after this service, they will not be able to add 1 + 1 in your life. Oh my God, oh my God. In your results, in your experience, in your destiny, your encounter, they will not be able to phantom. They will not be able to calculate the equation. They will only say, this is God. Oh.